55 yards from him. Yeah. What's going on, everyone? We finally made it out to South Dakota. A couple Illinois boys back out here. It's Nate's first time. He actually doesn't have a tag, but he's like, dude, I gotta go come hang out with you and film. It's been, I don't even, at least, what, 6, 7 maybe years at least when we went out to Colorado together. So me and Nate are excited just to hang out and just be hunting and hanging out together because it's been a while. And I've been to this kind of area before, so I kind of know a little bit of lay of the land. And we're gonna fling an arrow, and we're gonna go already looking for some deer. So stay tuned. I'm gonna fling this arrow, and hopefully my bow is still on from the ride. Shouldn't be off, but you never know.
Hey, sorry to bother you, but you know where any big muley bucks are?
He shook his head no.
No? Well, thanks.
What's going on, everyone? We're up top. We got this spot down all through back here that we're gonna glass tonight. It's 1 o'clock. We're itching. We've been up all night. We're into, I don't even, 15, 16 hours now straight. We've been going, but we don't even want a nap. We're gonna go off this backside. There's a lot of fingers that I've glassed and stuff in through here that we're just gonna do slow little pokes, go a couple 100 yards, poke in, glass for however long it takes us to glass everything, and just slip and come through these draws. And we're gonna get back up on top here. Depending on the time, we'll probably go down and back over here in this corner, and we're gonna glass down below and get a game plan for the morning, because there's a smaller glassing knob down below, and we'll probably glass off that first thing in the morning on first light. So stay tuned with us. It'd be kind of real interesting if I could put an interlock already through a deer, but this is just kind of a itch the trigger finger and kind of poke in some spots and just see if we can't run into a big boy down in here. So stay tuned. Much of an interview this morning. We looked on the South Dakota app, like I was saying earlier, when I found that shed, and it said sunrise was like at 8 when it was actually a little after 7. So we were brushing our teeth and had to haul balls, and we got up there, the sun was up, see a few does, some pronghorn, a lot of cows off in the distance. So I think the cattle just have these deer boogered up in here. It's been a few years, like I said, since I've been in here. Cow is everywhere. Everything's heavily grazed. It's just not seeing the deer. So we're gonna hit up in the, well, first we're gonna hit camp, but then we're gonna head up. We're gonna roll the timber there's a big view. It's just fingers and fingers and fingers, all just pines and thick timber. And we're gonna try to do a little elk style and chase some muleys in the woods. See if we can't find any today, and then we'll do some e-scouting tonight. And I got a couple other areas that I know not too far down the road, a couple miles. So see what happens, and we'll see you guys at breakfast. Well, we've already, in the last 100 yards, seen more deer crap and sign than we have all last night glassing and all morning. The deer in the timber up here, it's just a matter of just seeing them before they see us. I just happened to just look over and I'm like, man, that bone looks like an antler. There's a nice little deer antler right here. Nice little South Dakota whitetail. Nice little kicker. That's awesome. Well, it's Monday, and we had a really actually good morning. No big bucks, just little forkies, probably about like that tall. There was 2 little bucks. I don't even remember how many exact does we saw. There was a group of 4 with a buck, another little buck. We've seen a few when we were right at first light, distance off, and then a couple whitetails. So we had a good morning. There's nothing worth chasing any yet, so stopped in on a little road spot here. It's just a big canyon with all kinds of little slivers, and gonna hit a couple of these towards town. Just kind of get a game plan for which one we want to glass tonight. So we're seeing deer, we're seeing more deer, so we're on the right track. Just gotta find that right one. Wednesday morning. about mile 497. And we finally laid eyes on a couple nice bucks. They're borderline shooters, but at this point, the miles we've put on, I have a feeling the one 3x3 with the forks on top, he's probably gonna catch an arrow if we can get on him. They've been right below us fighting and have just carrying on. It's been an awesome, awesome show. They finally went over a knob. We're gonna wait and see if they come out at all or if they stay in there. And then we're gonna try to figure out a game plan to get down on them. Stay tuned. Hopefully these deer settle down, lay down, and we're gonna figure out a game plan and bomb off this class of knob and go after them. Yes! Yes! Dude, I think I hit him a little back though. The wind pushed my arrow, I think. But I hit him, I smoked him. All I heard is whack. Oh, dude. First stalk, like 500 now miles. Dude, this has been a rough go. We have not seen a shooter buck. Whew, I'm shaking my ass off there. Okay, hang on. Shit, I don't know how many went over the hill already. I should have been looking. Oh man, let's get up to this ridge right here and see. Holy shit, I'm shaking. I should have been watching that hill a little more. I've seen just 4 does go over and there's a lot more than 4 deer. Holy crap. I don't know, man. I don't know exactly where I hit him. When I ranged next to him, and I wanted to say it was 70, and I had my pin set at 55, and I aimed at the top of his back. And the wind was slightly cross, not much. So I think I might have hit him a little back, but we'll find out. I don't know. Holy cow, that was crazy. What's up, everyone? Didn't go as planned. I sat here and thought of it the whole walk back on this interview, honestly. I honestly don't really know what to say. It felt good. Sounded really good. Sounded like a nice hollow thump in the chest cavity. Nate heard it even behind me. It looked good and everything. I felt confident that the deer was going to be over that hill and dead, and we could not find it anywhere on public. We got over to the private fence, and I called the landowner, and he was not happy. I don't know if he's a full-blown outfitter or what, but he says he charges per hunter per day, and didn't sound very promising. And he hawed around, and pretty much I have to pay if I want to go just look at his draws. So with the very lack of blood we have, we're just really torn. So I think we're gonna go either back to camp, make some food, get a game plan if we want to figure something out, but it's not sounding good. So we'll see you guys here shortly. Stay tuned. What's going on, everyone? It's now Thursday morning, like mile 7,852. We came back in where I was on that buck yesterday. Came over the hill and there's cows all over in the draw. We were discouraged. Just as we were getting ready to kind of debate if we should slip the draw a little bit, we're back out and another game plan. We spotted some deer crossed. There's quite a few deer over there, 5-6 deer at least. As we were crossing, I spotted a body and it wasn't moving, but threw the binos up. Sure enough, it's a deer. We get down here and there's a big buck and a herd of does. So we just got a position, a little better position. And they're just over the hill from us. I mean, they're ways. They're 500-600 yards at least. We're gonna ease up on this knoll and just watch them and glass them, see what they do. I think they're gonna work their way back up towards the more covered draws. So we're gonna keep our eyes on him until they go to bed and put it on the game plan and try to get it out on him. He's a big one. I was 55 yards from him. If he would have stood for a split second longer, I was going to draw. I just couldn't get my rangefinder out fast enough. Oh, I just sat on a cactus. I messed it up. I poked my head around the point, and he's sitting there, literally right around the corner. I thought when we were up there, everything looked like he was on a bench, but he was in the bottom with me. From up there, you can't tell that's the bottom. I shouldn't have stuck my head around the corner, but I kind of had to. But I should have poked up instead of going around, because when I poked around, I was face to face with him at 50 yards. So I snuck back around about 5 more yards back, apparently, because when I ranged it where he was bedded, it was 55. I had my pin set at 60 because I figured it would be a poke. And when I stuck my head up over, he was standing broadside, looking at that point. He was standing then. I was fumbling for my rangefinder because I took it out of here and put it in my pouch. And just as I was bringing up the rangefinder, he bounded up the hill. If he would have stood there literally enough for me to hit him with the rangefinder and draw, I would have had an arrow at him, because he was only 55 yards. Womp, womp, womp. how the cookie crumbles, though. You can't get on all of them, but I was pretty close. We still have plenty of time to get the heck back out of here, let everything calm down, and we'll be back here in the morning glassing. See you guys in the morning. What's up, everyone? We got some deer right here in this draw below us again. We hiked back in here. We found a nice buck again, but we're not sure what buck he is. If we know if it's the same buck from yesterday or one of the nicer bucks that was with the buck that I shot earlier in the week. It's Friday, our last full day, and it looks like that last doe's down in the trot now, but we're gonna keep an eye on him for a while. It's still early compared to the last few days that they've been to bed, so we have a feeling they're gonna mill around a little bit longer before they go fully down. So we're gonna keep an eye on them and hopefully be able to get a stock out of one of these guys here soon. So stay tuned. I'm wondering if we duck this and go to the next point. Well, the old interlock just about got to eat, but they weren't quite big enough. That was awesome. They walked by right about 45 yards. That was picture perfect if they would have had a bigger rack. Even though it's the last full day, I couldn't bring myself to shoot that little one. Let's see if we can get on these two bigger ones. What's going on, everyone? Mile like 30,472, somewhere in there. It's been a grind. We've had our opportunities. It's been an awesome hunt. It is now Friday afternoon. We've kind of messed up when we let them little Spike and little Forky go by us. They trotted around the corner, and apparently the bucks that we were gonna sneak up and over after, they had to have been around on the other side. Because when we finally got up and over, the 4 we watched go plus the 2 met up with them, and they were on a trot down through. Ended up way over, a mile over. By the time they bedded down, we went and got breakfast, well, lunch, hooked around on another road on the opposite end of this section, hiked way back in here, coming along, just glass and glass and glass, and hiking from ridge top to ridge top. We spotted a group of deer. We're a long ways from them, but we're gonna make a huge loop around, which the truck's way that way, past the truck, around, and try to come in on the same drainage they're on. Because our wind's southeast right now, like this, so we can't come in on this side of them. It's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a tiring one. But let's just hope we can make this the last evening a good one. Stay tuned. sure exactly what happened. This looks like, now that we're here, obviously there's a bed right here and right behind us, and she was 10 yards in front of us. So I don't know if this is where they were or if they're around the corner and she just happened to be a random one, but obviously her taking off, she went that way, but if they're more, they're gonna be alert. I'm gonna get down, we're gonna go right here to this edge, and I'm gonna drop back, and we're just gonna sit in class for a little bit. We came down this whole draw right here, and she never spooked, so I don't know what happened. Either she was sound asleep, or we were that quiet. Let's think we were that quiet. Let's see what's over this hill. Hopefully the rest of the deer are still over here. I don't see nothing. I think we're gonna poke right over here and look up this draw. What's going on, everyone? South Dakota has kicked our butts. So last morning, Saturday morning, we went to a spot that we started on with the south wind. The spot we've been hitting would not be good, so we figured we'd just leave it alone. We busted it up pretty good the last few days, so we figured on the ride home we seen a freaking stud right here on the road. He was headed in towards this public, so we're like, you know what, south wind's good for here at camp, let's give it one more whirl. And we didn't see a thing. We glassed for a good hour, nothing. So we either had one or two choices: just beat feet and start pounding draws down here, or go sit at the restaurant and drink some coffee and eat some good breakfast and hit the road back to Illinois. And as you see, we're at the truck. So hope you guys enjoy this. All tears don't end in happy tears. This one was definitely sad tears, man. I stuck a nice buck and went on private, and we just couldn't go after him, and then got on a really big buck. Just couldn't quite seal the deal, but that was in itself awesome. I was within bow range of a giant mule deer. And then we passed two little guys, and the last part of this week was really, really eventful and fun. My blisters and my feet are hurting, so it's time to kick back on a 14 more hour drive home and relax these feet. So we'll see you guys. It's deer season at home, and I got a big one on trail camera showing up now. We'll have some more videos coming. Stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next one.